There are a lot of questions about COVID-19, which is why we continue to ask them to local experts. Tony Cornish Jr. tonight, joined by Dr. Edwin Card, the Chief Medical Officer at McDonough District Hospital.
Thanks, Dylan, and thank you, Dr. Card, for, of course, joining us remotely today from the hospital. We certainly appreciate it. The McDonough County Health Department, by the way, received its first positive COVID-19 test result. What should residents locally take away from that announcement?
I think that announcement simply reinforces the request that we've been making, that people maintain social distancing, wash their hands, and be very careful about coughs and sneezes. There's also been recent guidance that people should wear masks in public, remembering that the mask may not protect you as much as it protects everyone else from you.
Now to a question from Debbie Brock-Smith. She sent in her question to us via our WGM Facebook page. Granted, medical workers are right on the front lines caring for patients infected with the virus. They are always washing their hands, wearing masks, and are very careful in hospitals, but are still getting infected with the virus. If this is happening with cautious professionals, how is anyone else supposed to keep from getting this? Doctor?
That, I think, is exactly part of the problem. This virus is very contagious and passes very easily in close contact. Beyond 6 feet, you're relatively protected from transmission of the virus. And certainly with everybody wearing masks, that decreases the amount of aerosol that goes out into the atmosphere that can carry virus particles. So what we can do is the things that we have been doing. And we're not in as close a contact in society as we are if we're taking care of someone who's in the hospital, coming into contact with them on a regular basis. So yes, it is a concern for healthcare workers, and we're trying very hard to ensure their safety, but they are at significantly higher risk because of the degree of contact with people who have the virus.
Now, I take my cue from the medical professionals in washing of the hands. It's not a quick rinse. It's a very methodical process in where you go and washing your hands. Talk about that. That's a very important fact.
It is very important, and the rule of thumb is 20 seconds, which means singing happy birthday twice, and to be very careful to get between your fingers and around your thumb and not just wash your palms and the backs of your hands.
All right, now a question from Jason Welch that was sent in to us through our WGM Facebook page. What capacity does MDH have for ICU and total rooms, ventilators, overflow if needed? Who is MDH consulting with regarding immunology and epidemiology? Who is handling the testing, and what type of equipment is being used? Doctor?
Wow, that's a lot. We have 51 beds available right now. Our senior behavioral health unit, which we unfortunately had to close, we found out can actually accommodate ventilators. So we have 12 ICU beds over there and 7 ICU beds in our regular ICU. Additionally, we have 3 rooms on our 2 East Wing, which could also accommodate ventilators. Right now, we have 12 ventilators in the house and available. As far as epidemiology, we're relying largely on the health department and posts from IDPH and from the CDC.
How's the situation there regarding PPEs, Doctor?
We're doing fairly well. We began conserving fairly aggressively about 3 weeks ago. And so we've actually managed to stay ahead of the curve, but that certainly could change if we had an influx of patients that all needed fairly aggressive PPE use.
And regarding ventilators, what was that number once again?
We have 12 in the building available for use, and we have requested 11 more from the state, which would allow us to use all of our beds that are ventilator capable and have 1 in reserve.
All right, Dr. Card, stay with us. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more of the viewer questions will be, of course, coming your way. We'll have a few answers for you as well. So don't go away. There's more with Dr. Card coming up in just a few moments.